So yeah, like I was saying, I think a lot of the youth today find it hard to distinguish between what is reality and what's fiction, because like I said, the eyes can be very deceiving. If something looks real enough, the youth will believe it today. Sometimes you've got a lot of youth that idolise and kind of really look up to a lot of like certain celebrities, whether it be music artists or otherwise, and sometimes some of these people aren't always the greatest examples of, you know, examples of the type of people that you really want to follow, if you see what I mean. I understand the appeal and I understand everything else, because I was young, we were all young once and we've been there, but I think today more so than ever, like you've got a lot of people believe in things that it's just social media. It's not really real. Like it's for clickbait. People are trying to get views. People are trying to get views and attention so they can get followers and views so they can make money. This is what a lot of people are doing. Like that's why even like YouTube and shit, as we all know, sometimes people will make a video, but they'll name the video something completely different and something that's really out there, so that they know when someone sees it, they'll click on it, because it just sounds so absolutely absurd and ridiculous that people will just they click on it thinking, God, this can't be real, and usually most of the time it ends up it's not real, but someone's literally just done that just to try and get more views, if you see what I mean, on their video, It's like even artists, you used to get artists making music and uploading it under different artist name. Like trying to get their music heard by other people, so using a different artist's name to like they'll make a song and call it, using an artist that's already established, put their name in it, but it's their song, if you see what I mean. It's not, so people will click on it and then they'll say, they have like in the description, oh, by the way, this is not that artist, but this is me, and if you like the song, follow me, like a clickbait type stuff, if you see what I mean.
Well, at the end of the day, everyone's trying to get rich, aren't they?
I think but not even that. I think some people are just, not everyone, mate. I think there are some people out there, mate, that just are so focused on attention, mate, that they forget that the goal is to get the money. That the priority is to get the money. The money comes first. You know what I mean? Like, of course, the attention and everything else helps to make the money. But if you're one of these people that are not able to use the attention to your advantage, or to capitalise on that, financially, because there's some people out there that are not able to. They're not business savvy, or they haven't got the right people around them to kind of guide them and show them how to do certain things and how to make money off of.
Well, I'm a bit like that, to be honest with you. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've never wanted to be a salesman.
Yeah.
I'm one of these people that don't like conning people.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm an honest person.
I don't think all salesmen are con.
No, I'm not saying they are.
But yeah. I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. That slick tongue shit. A lot of salespeople,
No, sometimes they, salespeople push a load of rubbish on people.
But what I don't like, I don't want to go too far off topic, but now that you've talked about sales things, what I don't like about salespeople, right? A lot of time when they ghost call you, call your phone, get your number from some third party and call your phone trying to sell you something or offer you something. What I don't like is these people can be so rude, mate. Like the other day, someone called me, said their name, from what company they're from. I said, don't take this the wrong way. I'm really not interested. Thank you very much. And before I could say anything else, they put the phone down. It's like, mate, you could have at least you called my phone.
Yeah.
And I've politely declined. I wasn't rude, nothing. Just said, I'm really sorry. I'm really not interested. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And before I could, he just put the phone down. Nothing. No goodbye. No. Sorry. I just thought, God, these people are just, you call my phone, mate, have some respect.
Well, do you know what I do? I just don't answer any number.
But I didn't know. I didn't know, because I saw the number. The number come up like a thing number. It didn't come up like a business number, if you see what I mean, And I thought, what's this? So I just answered just out of curiosity, thinking, who's this, or who could it be? It was a strange number. And I was just like, mate, you could have at least said, okay, have a good day or whatever, goodbyes. You didn't have to bloody put the phone down. And that's happened a few times, a few times in the past, not recently, but in the past even, and just put the phone down. It's just like, no need, you call people's phone and be so damn rude about it. You're calling people and bothering them and harassing them to try and sell them something. You want to be rude because they politely decline,
That's the thing about like phones though, in a way it's kind of a quick way of travelling with your voice.
Yeah.
You know, when you go, I mean I could phone up you from the Isle of Wight,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
phoned you up, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so you answer the phone and there my voice is travelling sort of
Yeah.
like instantly to you,
Yeah.
and you're like 100 miles away.
100 miles away, yeah.
Or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, that technology's helped us sort of like connect in no time, isn't it? Like travel together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite amazing, really.
And that's one great thing too about like even with traveling too, like when people have got like even like we're talking about now with like technology and stuff, like people got FaceTime, people got Zoom, people got Skype, people got all these different things, so like people could even like
Video call.
Yeah, video call. People can travel places and video call people and show them stuff like while they're on video call. Like I even saw a clip not long ago where this person went to I think it was Niagara Falls, like the Niagara Falls or somewhere like this. One of these big you know, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about? What do you call them again?
Waterfalls.
Waterfalls. That's it. Sorry, just trying to think of the word. Yeah, one of these large waterfalls. But yeah, they were on the phone with their parents because one of their parents, I think her dad, had always wanted to go. But he never got a chance to because he'd passed away or something. So she was on the phone to the mum, like, you know, video recording it while she was on the phone to the mum, going, "Mum, I'm at the, you know, I'm at the Niagara Falls," and you know, she's, you know, turning the camera around so she could see it. She could see it while she was on the phone speaking to her daughter, and it was obviously a really emotional moment. So obviously, you know, it's one of those things that kind of went viral a bit. You see what I mean? Because it was quite emotional, but for the mum, well, both of them, because obviously, you know. But yeah, even, you know.
I mean, my auntie, she's quite well off, you know, she's a millionaire basically, you know.
Yeah.
And she took my nan and granddad there and took them over an aeroplane, you know, one of these little airplanes.
Yeah.
You know, so they did that just before they died.
Okay.
So that was quite nice, you know. So, you know, I'd like to experience that too, do you know what I mean? You know, even aeroplane.
Yeah.
You know, I've flown quite a few times.
Yeah.
One time, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the experience as well, you know, travelling.
Yeah.
Quite high speed, really.
Yeah.
You know, you think like going back in time, they travelled by boat. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have no airplanes or cars. You know, human beings, they do take travelling quite seriously, really. You know, like we've got all these ferries everywhere, and you know, they're all sort of like they go at a certain time. Do you know what I mean? You know, and all this sort of stuff, and all the trains and everything everywhere. You know, humans are basically take travelling very, very, very seriously.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's like even in the morning, like it's the first train from London, let's say coming down to Poole. Let's say the first train leaving London to Poole in the morning. It won't be before 5 something in the morning. It'll probably be the first one. Probably be about 5, half 5, like 5:45 in the morning. You see what I mean? Like you're saying, everything's. Even across the whole UK right now, there's like they've got a set timetable for the trains, the buses, everything. If you see what I mean, everything's got like a set timetable. It's like even with flying, they have to have that as well because obviously because of air traffic control and stuff like this, obviously a certain amount of aircrafts take off an hour. If you see what I mean on the runway, if you see what I mean, because of obviously. You know, everything.
It's all clockwork, you know. Even all the ships, you know, when they're when they're sort of like importing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's all sort of like each ship that comes in, they come in at a certain time. Do you know what I mean? Every day, every week. You know, it's all a schedule. Do you know what I mean? A big schedule that everything's got to be on time.
Yeah.
You know, if they're late. Do you know what I mean? I mean, trains, they get messed up quite a lot, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they're always late, aren't they? You know, I think they're a bit better now, actually, but, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, how much man, you know, it's like the Euro tunnel, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? You know, they think, right, someone thinks, right, be good if we had a, you know, like a train that could travel high speed that would get us London to Paris.
Yeah.
You know.
It's amazing, mate. Just so, like we were talking about earlier, mate, the whole idea, the engineering.
Exactly.
To me, what fascinates me is where did they start?
Well, by...
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, the first thing...
Do you know what I mean? Like, what was the... I'd like to sit down and like read through the person that obviously came up with the idea and everything that needed to be done in order to make that a possibility. like a manifesto, I guess they would probably call it, I guess, like the plans for building such a thing. I'd like to sit down and read through that. That's the type of shit that fascinates me, like mind-boggling, because it's like, where did they start? How did they do this? This is like incredible. Like, man has created, like you said, we're able to travel. The Eurotunnel.
I don't know how fast it goes, mind.
It's incredible.
I don't know how fast that goes.
Yeah.
But, you know, like somebody thought, right, wouldn't it be good? We'd make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right, if we'd do this, you know.
Yeah.
We'd make a lot of profit eventually, you know, because everyone wants to get here and back, you know, whatever, every day. Do you know what I mean? And there they did it. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, somebody thought, well, how are we going to do this? You know, are we going to build a tunnel above the water?
Yeah.
Or shall we? You know, but they must have known that we've done this before, like.
Yeah.
You know, they built the machine, you know, to dig through it, you know, and all that. You know, man is incredible. You know, the machines they build, honestly,
it's incredible.
It's phenomenal.
Even that in itself, like, you know, that engineering, that the idea that went in, like they said, okay, we're gonna build this, but we need this machinery to do it. So first we've got to build the machine. To help us facilitate cutting through steel or all these different things, like, you know.
Cutting through earth.
Yeah.
You know, rock.
Yeah, rock, concrete.
Cutting through rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think like that tunnel, I think it is more mud. Okay, so it's a bit easier, you know, but I wouldn't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like build a tunnel. You know, what happens if it goes wrong and all that? You know, but they must have been confident that
they must have accounted for every possibility.
They got the material now.
It's not something that you can't just allow people to travel, so many people to travel every single day on something that would be potentially, you know, could potentially go wrong, if you see what I mean, and loads of people could, you know, it would get shut down. It would get shut down forever, if you see what I mean, if something like that was to happen. So I guess those people accounted for every single possibility, if you see what I mean, pressure, etc. Everything, you know.
Now look at the Titanic, right? You know, they built it. They built 2 ships, I think. But anyway, they built the Titanic, and first voyage, how it sank.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, they said it was unsinkable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so nature.
Yeah.
Or
they didn't account for an iceberg.
Well, whether an iceberg's true or not, okay.
Oh, exactly.
Could have been a missile.
Yeah, because I have heard. I have heard other things
same
too.
Here,
but we won't go into that too much because of, you know, YouTube. But
yeah, you know, again, you know, it's man is incredible, really.
Yeah.
What machines they can actually build.
Yeah.
You know, you think like that Titanic.
Yeah.
First of all, you got to dig a dry dock out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and that is a big job.
Yeah.
You know, before that boat's even made, they got to make this big sort of bucket.
A structure.
Out of concrete.
Yeah,
or something, you know, so they can put the boat in there and start working on it and put, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's incredible.
You know, it's incredible projects, you know.
It's like, even if you look at some of these large cruise liners today.
Yeah.
When you look at them, even if you've never been on one, even if you're like, okay, like the other day I was driving, you know, well, I wasn't driving, I was in, you know, my wife was driving going into Southampton, you know, going out for the day. We got quite close up to one of these large cruise ships, and when you look at it and you think, like you said, this thing must have taken a good 10 years to build, 8 to 10 years to build or something, you know, the size of it and just the whole thing is absolutely incredible. You think how many people must have worked on that thing, to make it a reality, how many man hours were required, you know, how many different, you know, you had to have had electricians and carpenters and welders, and the list of occupations of people that must have worked on it to make it a reality is endless, if you see what I mean, you know, structural engineers, it's
a big project.
It's exactly huge,
you know, I mean, a ship probably takes a year to design on something, you know, with a handful of people, top designers, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and they carefully design it all out, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just one step, you know. And the next step's putting it all together, you know. It's phenomenal. You know, when you think about it, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, I said to you I used to work on the ships.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes I used to go in the docks, you know, when I used to work on the Canberra, for instance, okay? And sometimes Queen Elizabeth would pull up alongside it and go in the dry dock. You know, so they'd suck all the water out, you know. Once it goes in dry dock, you know, floats in there, and then they lock it up, suck all the water out. So, and I actually walked underneath it, and the propeller was, I think, 50 times bigger than me. Do you know what I mean? It made me feel like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this boat, because I actually went down the ladder.
Yeah.
You know, with a couple of friends and that, whatever, because you know, no one was stopping us, basically, whatever.
Yeah.
And we went right down, and the boat was right above us with no water. Do you know what I mean? And that was an experience and a half. Do you know what I mean? Just to see this machine, how big it was, and you know how long, I don't know how long it took to build, whatever, you know, but just to work, you know, all the metal on the outside, welding,
all the materials,
all the welding, and God knows what, you know. You think like the Titanic, you know, how much work and art they put into it, you know, and then it went down.
I know.
You know, and then you think, oh, you know, they must have used the dry dock again.
Yeah.
Because once you build a dry dock, you know, you can put other ships in there,
so
work on new ones.
Of course,
know?
Yeah.
But you think like, God, that ship went down, you wouldn't build another one like it, would you? But they do.
They do, yeah.
You know, and they learn by their mistakes, you know.
Sometimes a lot of these ships, though, there are certain companies out there that will insure them, if you see what I mean. A lot of these, like, you know, they have to have some type of insurance in the event that, because don't forget the amount of money it takes to build one of those things. You're probably talking billion, you might be talking maybe a few billion, maybe, possibly, or at least a few hundred million, at least I would say at a minimal number, if you see what I mean. So the amount of insurance they must have, you know, to cover something like that is...
I mean, I think like building that boat must have been about 1,000 people involved, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that, that's kind of project.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you know what I mean? But it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, what kind, I mean, the airplanes themselves, you know, they're incredible when you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, that little space shuttles basically
and
that can take you, you know, on the other side of the planet or around it. You know
and I must say that I'm very proud to say, I should say, that my oldest sister, she is an engineer. She works, you know, she's an aero. I think the right title is an aerodynamical engineer.
Wow.
And she designs, I believe, different things for aircrafts and planes and all sorts of different things. And she, you know, she works for one of these companies that do that. You know, I won't say too much because obviously it's her personal, you know. But yeah, that's what she does. You know, to me that's incredible too. You know, she's one of these people that's the way her mind works. She's really good at physics and maths and all these different things that are required to, you know, to design these things and to, you know, come up with them and think about every like we said just now, think of every possibility, you know, to ensure that safety obviously is number one. Safety is paramount. It has to be safe. You know?
Well, you know, like going back to the Titanic, that was all cool.
Yeah.
You know, and they used to throw coal in these fires, you know, loads of men, and it used to get really hot and they used to sweat like mad.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
But then ships slowly changed, you know, they modernised them, technology got better and better, and now they're a lot safer today, do you know what I mean? And they run on, I suppose, petrol or diesel, I don't know, whatever, do you know what I mean? And you think about, right, we've got these ships today, as brilliant as they are or whatever, design.
Well, I was going to say, usually they've got large engines now, haven't they?
I don't know, but anyway, whatever they've got today, whatever technology they've got today, computerised or what, now that's what we've got, alright? And now the next generation can work on that and improve it, do you know what I mean? You know, make them maybe run on water or God knows what, do you know what I mean? You know, make them better, make them quiet, make them so they're not polluting the skies or something, do you know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff, you know, let's improve, you know, I mean, that's what man does basically, improve technology.
Well, I think it's a continuous growth, and it's that thing of trial and error, you know, people introduce new ideas to the world, new technology, new applications, new whatever, and sometimes it might be a glitch or something might go wrong, but then, you know, you identify the fault and try to fix it, you know. I think man is very good at that, aren't we?
Well, it's like TV.
Right.
So I don't know what the first ever TV looked like.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to look at. You know, the first invented tube TV, whatever. You know, but look at them today, flat screen. You know, they're almost like some. I think you can buy some that's like a sheet of glass.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen some like that recently. Yeah.
You know, so that's how far we've come since they've been invented. Basically, you know, we you know, we've improved on that. You know, not me personally, but human beings have improved on that technology. You know.
Yeah.
And TV again, you know, the invention of it all and all that, it kind of like a mind travel thing again, isn't it? It's sort of like you can stay indoors and watch David Attenborough all day, do you know what I mean? And it makes you feel like you're in the garden, even though you're not gone out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I think like TV's kind of changed things a bit, you know, to how we used to live a long time ago. You know, we didn't have all these distractions in a funny way. You know. But yeah, travel. Let's talk about travel.
Yeah.
You know, the mind travels.
Yeah, true.
You know, like you can go back to your past a little bit with your thoughts.
Yeah.
If you want to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, yeah. Or you know, you can travel. You can travel. I can travel now to the moon. You know, I can try to imagine that. Do you know what I mean? Or imagine that I'm going to the Isle of Wight again.
Yeah. Talking of the moon, I heard a very interesting fact the other day. Was it gone?
No.
Okay. I heard a very interesting fact the other day. Apparently, man has mapped more of the moon. Man has mapped more of the moon's surface than they have the ocean's floor.
I'll believe that.
Yeah. I thought that was quite interesting.
I think